So have you heard about this one yet? Family removes Alexa devices after a stranger in another town heard everything they were saying. A concerned family is speaking out after they claim that their Amazon Alexa device recorded a conversation they were having in their home and sent it to a random contact who alerted them to the fact that he had heard everything they said. So this talks about a family in Portland who apparently were having a conversation about hardwood floors. They get this panicked call from their husband, the husband's employee in a different town, who says, unplug your Amazon Echo. It is being hacked. They say, oh no, you're not listening to what we're saying. And he said, yeah, you sat there talking about hardwood floors. And we said, oh gosh, you really did hear us. So this is what's going on, and is this a surprise to anybody that this listening device that people are willingly placing in their home to listen in on their conversations is not only recording their conversations and sending that data back to Amazon, of course, but is also, well, here and there, it's randomly sending it out to random contacts so that they can listen in on whatever you've been discussing in the quote-unquote privacy of your own home. And don't worry though, Amazon has issued an explanation of how Alexa recorded this private conversation and sent it to another user. You see, Echo woke up due to a word in the background conversation sounding like Alexa. Then the subsequent conversation was heard as a send message request, at which point Alexa said out loud, "To whom?" At which point the background conversation was interpreted as a name in the customer's contact list. Alexa then asked out loud, "Contact name, right?" Alexa then interpreted background conversation as right. As unlikely as this string of events is, we're evaluating options to make this case even less likely. So there you go. It's just this humorous comedy of errors that happened in the background. No one even noticed. And then lo and behold, this conversation gets recorded and sent out to a random contact. Oh, isn't that awesome? Nothing to worry about that though, guys. And don't worry, USA Today even tells you that Amazon's Alexa won't pass on recordings if you don't set up the call features. So, of course, Amazon Echo is capable of being set up as essentially a phone that you can use it to phone out to your contacts in your mobile phone contact list or other Alexa devices. But if you don't set it up to do that, then it can't. So that's okay, right? So it won't get sent around to random people. It'll only get sent back to Amazon's cloud servers. And we all know that everything that ever gets sent on the cloud is perfectly safe anyway. So what are you guys worrying about? Calm down. Well, yes, this story is even filtered into the mainstream consciousness a little bit. In places like MIT Technology Review, yes, Alexa is recording mundane details of your life, and it's creepy as hell. And this shows a little bit of self-awareness on the reporter here, who has this little moment of zen, pondering the implications of a story like this, and the fact that, oh yeah, this thing that we have in our house that's designed to listen to everything we ever say and record it and keep it for posterity is listening to everything we ever say and record it and keep it for posterity. Who would have thunk it? And of course it goes on to talk about how creepy this is, and ultimately, I haven't yet decided if Alexa will be leaving our home. I'm going to talk it over with my family first, but you can bet the Echo Dot's microphone will be muted while we discuss it. How cutesy poo. And of course, this, I think, ultimately is the point of this. Oops, oh, look, it is creepy, and it's a horrible privacy invasion, so you guys better talk it over and have a big discussion about whether you want it or not, and ultimately you'll decide, well, it's pretty convenient, maybe we'll just unplug it if there's something really sensitive we're going to discuss, which of course will ultimately never happen. It will just become normalized, and everyone will have the Big Brother listening devices sitting there in their home listening to them at all times. They'll not only know about it, they'll have actually paid to have this service in their own homes. I'd like to think that the people in my audience, the Corbett Report audience, will not need to be told how insidious this entire process is and how much of the normalization of the police state this kind of move really is. But just as we were just talking about in the most recent New World Next Week, we all have a responsibility here. We all have a part to play in not feeding the beast of companies like Amazon and not buying their creepy police state spy gadget normalization tech. And not allowing our friends and family and loved ones to get away with that without getting an earful about how ridiculous, how disgusting, how horrible this is. Oh, to go back to the days of just a few years ago when I was telling you, hey, the CIA's bragging they're going to listen to you via your dishwasher and your smart fridge and all these other appliances, and people would laugh. Oh, you're being paranoid. Oh, that's crazy talk. Now, literally, people are paying to have listening devices installed in their home that they know is listening to them, recording everything they say, sending these conversations off to some mothership, is undoubtedly 100% being snatched up by the CIA and the NSA and whoever else in the alphabet soup agencies want it. And now they're embracing that. It's disgusting. We are stumbling towards this apocalyptic nightmare of Big Brother surveillance gadget tech that Orwell and his like could never have imagined that this would be possible. They could imagine that the tech might be possible, but of course it would be mandated by some Big Brother jackbooted thugs that would come in and force you to take this type of spy tech into your home. No one would thought we would be willingly paying for it. And this is all part of the normalization. Even horrible, creepy, on its face creepy stories like this that everyone revolts from in horror. Well, the next step is to just shrug your shoulders, go along with it, and say, well, it's pretty convenient, so we'll just have to put up with it. And once that happens, it's game over, because there's no going back once this type of technology is normalized. We have to fight against the normalization of this technology. Please do spread the word. James Corbett, CorbettReport.com.